Today on Drawbli,
Ben is painting a tiger.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are drawing together because art is better with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And don't forget to check out our guidebook on daily drawing linked below.
So Ben, you're drawing a tiger. How original. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Just throw it out there.
No,
Jeez.
I love it. This is a cool tiger. Look at all his white coloring.
Extremely hostile right out of the gate. So this is someone's first time ever watching Drawbli and they're like, dang.
Dang, I guess tigers aren't being drawn anymore. Nobody draws tigers now. Okay. Lots of people draw tigers. Have you seen Zootopia?
I have, yes.
People love tigers.
I struggled a lot with this tiger, Abby. I had a rough time.
Aww.
A lot of back and forth on this tiger.
Do you want to talk about it?
I guess.
Okay, tell me how you feel.
Well, not great.
Oh, that's the worst.
But it turned out okay in the end.
Oh, that's really good. I'm glad for you.
It didn't turn out amazing, but it turned out okay.
That's about what I expect to say on my deathbed.
Oh, geez. Wow. All right. I don't know about this energy that you're bringing today.
I'm just kidding.
We can just start the recording over. It's fine. We still have time.
So this tiger.
Uh-huh.
I think you're off to a good start. What was your goal with drawing this tiger? Was there anything specific you wanted to practice?
Yes.
Tell me.
I didn't know what it was going in, but I have decided this past week or two to work on animals because I have been struggling with people lately. I've been drawing lots of people and I feel like I've been a little stuck. So I thought that by painting some animals, it would get me into a different headspace, get me working on something that was a little easier than people as well, and give me a chance to experiment. So with that, I did all those things. I definitely found some more experimentation on the frog that I painted in my last video. But this one was more of just like a struggle of going back and forth. I think there was so much fur on this that it was just a huge challenge.
Yeah, as somebody who also drew a cat recently, I understand that fur just really complicates things. It really hides what it is you think you're supposed to work on.
It hides the hide, you might say.
So I guess I see you did something similar to what I did, was get all the color in everywhere right away and where it blends with other colors. If I were to tell you one thing from my recent experience, it would have been to go in with solid colors everywhere and add your shapes of shadows and like dimensions, and then go in with where the color mixes.
Wow.
But that's just one thing, and it doesn't matter because you're just here to practice and have a good time. So
this felt like doing a puzzle. Where I was, I would start with like a really rough, like, oh, I'm just kind of throwing the pieces out on the table. And now I'm going to start moving the pieces around, adjusting them slightly, finding where they connect and go together. It was a lot of back and forth. Especially on like the big, large cheek area. But the eye was fun to work on.
I can see that.
It wasn't too hard as well. I feel like I have a decent process or idea of how to make eyes.
I know, you're really good at them. Like I'm trying to like study and like note what you're doing because
top secret.
I struggle in a different kind of way with that.
I also really played around with the colors on this a lot and had a lot of back and forth there as well.
So do you mean like experimenting with using colors that weren't in the reference?
Well, I do a little bit of that at the end with some like splashes of some bright blue in a couple of areas just to like add some visual interest, which I always think is fun. But more so like, here are my colors on my tiger, and I'm like, well, I don't like this orange. We're gonna change this orange, or we're gonna add some more blue to this white to have it contrast even more and feel cool in some areas. Because this area, the like side of the face felt very cool to me.
Yeah.
Contrasting. So some cool color as well,
Oh, are you gonna drop the opacity?
What? Me? Of course.
I love that works flow. I love that. I think something we've talked about recently is how, some intermediate digital artists, what we're all looking for is workflow. Like, what do I do here? What's the step? How do I get from point A to point B in as efficient and lovely a manner as possible that leaves me with something that I really like? And
Experiment.
I think
You gotta experiment.
you do have to experiment quite a bit.
I feel like, yeah, you can try to like find somebody else's process and use that. But for me, something that I've really enjoyed doing is just like trying a bunch of random crap and seeing what works.
That's literally, yes. Well, that's what it is for me with like drawing in general, is just how many times can I do it a wrong way? Okay.
Every time, huh?
Every time.
Interesting. Perfect.
No, this is looking so cool though. It's so interesting to think back to how this looked when you started and to see how much already it looks amazing. Like it looks dead on like the reference.
I don't know about that. The proportions are kind of all over the place. I also adjusted the proportions up to the very last second.
That's why animals are so nice to work on though, because they're so forgiving of proportions.
Yes.
They really are.
But once you get better at portraits, at people, you can play with the proportions within a realm of stylization to create something that's more your own, which is typically what I do. I kind of let happy accidents fly, and I never want to be an artist that creates like one-to-one perfect like copies. In my professional and like hobbyist opinion, that's what cameras are for. Like
Or filters on photographs.
Yeah, I don't really think that there's a lot of value in, at least to me, there's not a lot of value in exactly replicating an image.
I don't think you find a satisfactory creative process there. And I think that's, maybe that's what a lot of things come down to with art when you're doing it for your own enjoyment, is what process is satisfying to you. What gives you that like tickle in your brain of like, this is fun. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, and I don't think that like there's any, like I don't want to shame people who do enjoy doing that. Like to each their own, it's just not my thing or never has been my thing. I think it's very difficult to do actually. I think it's quite challenging to one-to-one exactly copy something.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
I think it's challenging to push on an image and create something new out of it, very inspired by the original, but that has all its own unique elements.
It's all hard, isn't
It's
it?
just all difficult, but that's why it's worth it. It's fun to do things that are difficult.
Yes. Like here on the mouth, I was like, maybe I'll channel my inner line decker,
Ooh.
create these cross hatchings here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope, never mind. Looks like crap.
Aww.
That doesn't make any sense there.
Yeah.
Like, let me get rid of that.
That lion deck, I would love to be able to incorporate lion decker lines to convey like moments of shadow, and I think that would take a lot of practice for me though.
Yeah, he's got a really interesting, unique style that is, whenever you see one of his images, it's very obvious that it's his. I want that.
I want that. I know, like, oh, that's an original Benjamin.
An original Benjamin.
Yes.
Will that be my, big famous art name, once I'm long gone?
Benjamin.
Yeah, like an original Benjamin.
It'll probably be something like that. I mean, they wouldn't use your last name.
No, of course not.
No. Why is any remotely distinguishing feature about who you are?
No. By that point, my work will be so famous, the first name will be all you need.
Yes.
Note to future generations, it will not be. You know me, I gotta play with my colors on my tiger at the end.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, this is the process that I did on my frog as well. This is a new process that I have never seen before. It is called, it's from an artist from Picasso. I don't remember exactly what it is. They're a famous anime artist, but they use this technique where they create the halftone like you saw me do and set it to a hard mix layer, and then you move it around and start blending it into your original image.
Interesting. That was super cool to watch you do that. It was so like, what's happening? The tiger's blowing up. I like that. That's really, really interesting.
It's really unique, and like I said, it's very rare that I see something where I'm like, wait, what is this? I've never seen this one before.
Huh. And so what is the purpose of that?
Well, if I could show you a before and after, I would, but it is a way to get texture for free, essentially. You can see that from blending, there are a few areas left over where you can still see some of that halftone. But the blended areas also have like a little bit more added texture as well. You can erase out as much of that as you want, which I typically erase quite a bit of it out and keep some of it in for some added benefits.
That looks so good. Great job on this one, Ben.
I think the proportions are still a little, but in the end, I like it.
This is a very, very good tiger. I like it a lot too.
And if you want to be a very, very good tiger, click that like and subscribe button.
And check out our guidebook, How to Easily Draw Every Day, at the link below in the description.
And this is the part where we say,
Goodbye.
Goomba.
Maybe-
Thanks for watching, Tiger. I think we should start referring to our audience as Tiger.
I thought you were referring to me as Tiger.
Yeah, I can call you Tiger.
You'll get him, Tiger.
Hey, Tiger.
Hey, champ.
No, we can't say champ.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to call you. You're gonna call me Tiger. Great going, rhinoceros.